So I was a nervous Nelly. I never trust my tape measurer.
This is gonna be the hard part. Whoa. Finally coming together. I mean, it's not coming fully together, but the assembly has started.
We got a few more days.
I don't know how we're gonna do it, but here we go. What's up, guys? Welcome back. Today we have some serious business to take care of because we are continuing our pergola, whatever it's called. We haven't decided what's the right word. I haven't decided, at least, if it's right or wrong.
The people have spoken.
I'm gonna keep saying pergola. So we're gonna continue the pergola today. Today is serious because we have to cut our posts down to the right height so we can get a little bit of a tilt. The rain can go down it, and if you screw up one, then the other one, and it's gonna be a whole wonky mess.
Yeah, this has to be right, because once you cut them, they're done, and they're big, expensive beams, or posts. So they're,
Yeah.
you know, it's a little nerve-wracking, but we put our thinking caps on, and I think we did all the right things, and you know, we're going to be good to go. It's big cuts with a chainsaw up pretty high, so you know, it's not the most fun working environments, but it's good, you know, and we'll get through it. I got my square, so I get my good straight cuts. It's hip to be square, I think Huey Lewis said that. And yeah, it's going to be good. We're going to have some decent sized timbers that'll be taken up the ladder by hand, but I think I might get a machine to get in here and get those big ones. I ain't what I used to be, so I couldn't get them up the ladder, those 260 pounders. But all right, let's get into it. So you can see I'm missing a post here behind me. The reason I couldn't install that one was because my awning was up. What I need to do is remove this awning because the new structure will provide the same shade that this thing is doing without being so noisy and ugly. So I got to get this thing taken apart so that I can finish up installing my last post, and then I'll be able to move forward with the rest of the project.
Those arms shot right out. That was dangerous. Your ladder doesn't look very safe.
Don't do that. Come up the ladder in the back.
Oh.
Okay, now you're going to put your hand all the way on the end. And when I say slider, you're going to slide her, okay?
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
Slide. Okay, hold on. All right, so now I got my last post in. Next thing I gotta do, start cutting.
It has been so hot lately, I really don't know how Matt does it. Lately, we decided we need to stay a little bit more hydrated, so we decided to get a new bottle, and we picked out Hydro X from BottleBottle. Not only do they come in so many sizes and colors, the Hydro X has a secret compartment on the bottom that you can use for supplements or vitamins. We love to use this at the beach or boating, and we like to keep our keys in the bottom. Another really cool feature is the dual purpose lid. Not only can you use a straw, you can also open it to sip from. The straw is actually leak proof also, so if we're throwing it around to each other on a work day, we don't spill our drink. Hydro X is insulated enough to keep ice cold for 12 hours, which is more than we need on a work day. But if you were to go kayaking or to a full beach day, that would be really helpful. If you've been wanting help staying hydrated, use my code and check out the link in the description to check out Hydro X at BottleBottle.
All right, so I got that first one cut, went pretty well. And now I got 3 more to do. So I'm gonna get them done. And then I got 4 more to do on the other side. And then once those are done, I can start framing in the top a little bit.
Things are happening. We got those cut, and now it's on to the next row. He did hit the roof of the RV. I was inside and it sounded scary. I thought we had an accident, but it was just the leftover wood stuck on a line and it got caught on there. No damage, we're moving on.
So I was a nervous Nelly. I never trust my tape measurer. I never trust my marks. I always try to build everything, call it a mock-up before I ever make any cuts, just because I'm always thinking, oh, I get one number backwards and now nothing works. So I did cut one 8x8 and I drug a 6x6 up there and laid it across so that way I could make sure my marks were going to be perfect and my drain was going to be perfect, because I'm only doing a 1/4 inch per foot here. I found some articles online that said that's fine for a flat roof. The water runs off pretty easy. I have no snow load here, so I want the roof to look as flat as possible. And then when I put the board up there, I was like, this doesn't look tilted at all. But I went up there and I put my level on it, and I actually have a little bit more than that 1/4 inch per foot. So we're doing a little bit better there. Everything's perfect. I did cut one 8x8 off camera, but now I'm ready to finish off those 8x8s and then get started on some beams. All right, before I keep working, I got to settle something real quick. I got a comment the other day. Someone was like, why you guys got so many cats? And we don't have these cats. These cats have us. When we first moved here, I guess this old abandoned jungle village was the dump off spot for kittens. So we were getting a lot, like the first maybe month that we were here. We went from 1 cat to 9 cats. We raised a little cane about it on the videos though, and I think people got hip to it and they said, okay, this ain't the place you drop cats no more. They came up and seen that beautiful wall that we built and they said, okay, this ain't the cat spot no more. So we haven't, I thought this was gonna be like a massive tidal wave of cats forever, but it was just these little sweet babies.
So we got 8 rescues.
We have 8 rescues, and then we got sweet baby bear that's still alive and kicking it. So, we take care of these cats. We got them all fixed and spayed and shots, so they're doing healthy, so they're good. So now that that's out of the way, don't think I'm some weird cat hoarder, but we're gonna pre-drill the pieces of wood, the beams. I don't know if they're called beams or trusses. I don't know everything about carpentry, but I'm gonna pre-drill a few because they're gonna go in the corners, and I know that I know where my screws are gonna go. The ones in the middle I still have to plumb a little bit, so I'm gonna wait till I get up there to drill those. But these down here I can drill, save me from being up there on a ladder trying to do some big drilling.
It's time to put on some of the cross beams, and that's gonna really start making it come together. Now you might be wondering, why does it look so tall? Why does it look so crazy? It's because we're having a slant like Matt said, and it's the higher opening is at the front of the RV, and we are planning on building a deck. It's not for sure plans, but we plan on building a deck that's gonna come up like 2 feet off the ground, that's gonna go underneath the door. So it's not like different levels, right? So then the ceiling needs to be higher up, because if it was just like our old awning low like that, one, it probably wouldn't go over the AC, and two, we'll be like in a hobbit hole.
Then we would have had to build a different like stair-stepping roof. So yeah, I think it's gonna give us about like a little over 9 foot distance height on the porch. And the reason we want a flat porch is because we could make steps, but the cats lay on the front step right in front of the front door. Probably my fault for feeding pork chops to them out the front door. That's probably on me. But I think a flat porch will give them more places to lay, and I won't be tripping over them every time I come out the door.
All right, let's go. I'm excited. It's finally coming together. I mean, it's not coming fully together, but the assembly has started.
We got a few more days.
It's gonna be the hard part.
Yeah. The other shoulder. Whoops.
Whoa.
This is where I have to be careful.
Nice and easy. Oh, sweet baby Jesus.
I had to have my ladder turned a different way that I preferred on that, so it was a little bit more of a struggle. These ones that are right up against the trailer are a little bit harder, but I was huffing and puffing on that thing, so I was told these were like 80, 90 pounds. They can't be 80, 90 pounds. I was struggling.
So he brought the weigher out. He's gonna weigh them.
I brought the weigher out, otherwise known as a scale. Some of y'all might call it a scale. Yeah, another 118. So they're running anywhere between 114 to 118. Not too bad, but I'm getting old, boys.
It's the next day. We got a lot on our agenda today. We are going to continue putting the 6x6s up, but we have a large machine coming to put up our big 8x8s. So I'm pretty nervous, but I'm excited because that's going to take a lot of work off your plate.
Well, it's not taking work off my plate. I physically just can't get them up there. I would do it myself if I could, but...
Well, you could have bought more ladders. We could have built some stuff, tried to...
Yeah, it's cheaper just to get the guy to come help me lift it up, you know, be much more cost effective. But yeah, so that's gonna work. So hopefully we can have most of the framing done. I'd like to have it all done. What's today, Friday? So I'd like quitting time on Friday to be done running these big timbers, because you know they've been working. These been whooping me a little bit.
So we're gonna try to get all of our upper cross beams put up today.
Yep.
And hopefully we can get that done. So might be a lot of time lapsing, but that's always fun because everything flies by.
Yep, fly by.
So Matt got the next one up, but we're realizing that these are super heavy and super hard to do, so we're just gonna wait till the big machine's coming. I hear him coming down the road right now, and he's gonna help us with all the beams. There's no point of Matt going around on the ladder almost risking his life. That's maybe dramatic, but those are pretty heavy, and going up those ladders, he could fall. It's uneven ground, so we're gonna get the machine to help him put all those up, and we're gonna see how this goes. I don't know how we're gonna do it, but here we go. I'm not gonna lie, that went pretty well. Now we're gonna try to get into the middle zone. I think he has to take out a couple trees, but that seemed pretty easy compared to Matt having to lift it up. it's the big moment. We are now putting up the 8x8s. I think there's still going to be a little bit of a struggle because I think it's still going to be kind of heavy, but maybe they got this all figured out. So here we go. All right, guys, it is coming together.
We got the machine to come out here and help us a lot. That helped a ton with the weight. It just helped me knock out. It was a lot easier just to throw them in that bucket, and then I could get up there in the bucket and lift them and throw them around pretty easily because those 6x6s were a lot easier to handle, but this thing is tall. The guy driving the machine, he's a little bit more of a Bob the Builder than I am, and he told me the exact same thing that all y'all said in the comments on the last video, which was, brother, I think we gotta put some braces on these things. But a lot of y'all were tripping when they were just standing straight up, and you were like, just that nail won't hold it. You could just push it over with your fingers. You'd have to really, like, you couldn't push it over just with your hands with that base on there, even with it being alone. But now that it has the beams in, it's supported and it's super duper solid. You can't move it at all. We threw in some kicker boards in there. We don't want to spoil too much because we want to keep you guys engaged and enticed on what we're going to be doing later to rectify the instabilities in our lives. But
I'm not even following.
We do have plans. We have plans for how we're going to make this structure more solid because it is very tall. So we have plans, but I don't want to let the cat out of the bag yet. You're going to have to come back, like, subscribe, comment, and check up for the videos if you want to see how this whole thing's going to get worked out. But the guy was awesome to work with. The whole thing is safe. We got the 6x6 up. So the next thing, we should be getting pretty close to done. I think we got another week on this baby, and you know, it's going to be
one more.
And then we'll be back underwater. Or it's not back underwater, back under something to hide us from the water. It rains here every day, so not having our awning has really been a bummer when you're taking in groceries. My gatitos, my little babies. These freaking sweet angels have been having to run away from the house every time it rains. So, you know, I'll be happy when the roof is back on. But Kristen has some beautification tips that it's going to make it a little more complicated for me, but that's what makes it fun. That's what makes it fun.
Fun and creative. I want to feel like I'm in Mykonos at a resort.
Yeah, Mykonos.
At my RV.
You ain't gonna be
in the jungle.
You ain't gonna be in Mykonos. You're gonna be in Puerto Ricanos. Okay, that might be the name of the Airbnb when we get it going. Puerto Ricanos. Let me know what you think. And we got a little behind on the project because my lovely sister, my beautiful family, came to visit for a few days. So we've been sitting tight. And my nephews, Jace, Levi, or as I call him, Can-I, and Jacob came to visit, and my beautiful niece, or my sabrina, Laner. Love you guys. It was so much fun having you. So glad you came. Beautiful sister Liz and her husband Rick, my brother-in-law, mi hermano. So we had a good time with them, and we're refreshed, relaxed, and we're ready to finish up our pergola issue and our big monster build that we've been doing.
Okay, so we'll see you guys next week. Bye.